Okay, go.
All right. So hello, holos, and our fellow lecturers. So we are Tumblers. My team consists of me, Dylan, Daryl, and Brendan. So we are here to present our 6 week long assignment on Hokkami. And Hokkami, I'd like to present you guys with this concept of Hokkami. It's not just a VR experience, but it's a concept and it can revolutionize tourism as we know today. So let's start with give me a moment. What is hawker meat? So hawker meat, of course, is the VR cooking experience where you cook specifically hawker food. It's a countrywide Easter egg hunt, an AI experience where there will be murals on Singapore landmarks or maybe even not very popular area, uh, where hawker center to be exact, that have the AI interaction, which after you scan, you will have it. And then there's also an app which can reward and recommend users to encourage them to discover new hawker centers and new hawker shop that they can enjoy and maybe learn about Singapore's custom and traditions here we have in Singapore, hawker center in Singapore. And this can entice tourists to visit less popular places in Singapore, which for more inclusive experience here. So now ask why hawker mee? So food has is one of the reason why tourists come to Singapore, and hawker center became UNESCO recognition in 2022, and this of course brought hawker center into the light of tourism. So based on our research, primary and secondary, we these are the problems that we faced. I mean, or hawker centers face. So first of all, from a foreigner's perspective, is that not all tourists are informed about hawker centers, which I mean, as a Singaporean, it's a bit of a letdown. But for them, without knowing hawker centers a thing, they will lack on like food that we enjoy, and continuing on that fact is that tourist food, so-called tourist food, are expensive with small portion and could be underwhelming in taste. Well, this is our conclusion from our field research in Newton, and all this does not paste just all this does not paint the best image of Singapore. So also, another problem is from the locals, to be exact. So, hawker is a tough business to get into. You have to work long hours with low pay, and there's no paid leave. So, these are some things that we would like to overcome for everyone that is included. So, now the solution, Hawker Me. So, our vision is to make a more memorable trip to Singapore and give them a gamification experience here, turning their entire trip into a game. And also, we want to introduce hawker centers and the custom to Singapore seamlessly into their trip, just for a more personalized and inclusive experience here. We want to encourage tourists to explore hawker centers all around Singapore to know, like, to find their favorite spots, maybe also join our conversation in which side of Singapore is the best. It will be quite fun to see foreigners doing so. I want to run more traffic into hawker stores and supporting local business. So, what does Hawker Me do? So, Hawker Me promotes hawker centers as an exciting new tourist destination and activity by using technology to repaint the experience and as something fresh and something new. So this can attract both tourists who want to go and experience culture, to those tourists that like to go to night markets and see what the locals grew up and enjoy how the locals spend their time, or those tourists who like more polished and clean stuff. So they enjoy technology and they enjoy what's new that's coming. Hence, Hawker Me being a AR VR experience for using technology apps and all this digital stuff to promote hawker business through these mediums. Furthermore, there's also a social platform for people to post their favorite hawker places and to give what we call hawker highlights. So just like a weekly update on recommendations. So now I'll go on to the table of contents. First, we'll go on to the VR experience, which my friends here will go through our game and the Firebase behind it. Then I'll go through what the full vision of Hokkami could look like. All right, I'll pass the time to them.
Okay, hello. Can you guys hear me?
Yep,
Hello?
yep.
Okay. So let me share my screen. Uh, share screen. Okay, can you see my screen?
Can see me, right?
Yeah. Okay. So on the left here is our VR prototype, and over here is the Firebase. Here's the website. I'll show you what happens later. But basically, if you want to log in first and to go to customize, like this is the same account I'm using, a@a.com for convenience purposes. So when you log in, this is customize menu, 2, 3, 1. As you can see the hair type is the head, shirt type is the top, and then pants type is the pants. So if you want to like change the thing, you can see it updates to 3, like another one. Comes 1. Okay, you can continue. Next. So we drop a table using that, and yeah. And then once you drop out, once you leave it, you see I gain currency and I gain EXP. And then we have 2 other stalls where you can do different tasks in. And keep in mind this like basically only a demo. So if we wanted to, we could like populate the stalls with different types of mini games where you can cook stuff and stuff. As you can see, is a prata that's cooked, and you're done again, and you can see you increase in currency and experience again. And the final one will be this one. You can cook satay. This and satay is cooked. You can put it on the stove, on the grill, and it will cook itself. Very cool, very cool. And as you can see, it slowly gets cooked. And once you're done, you can gain experience and currency again, which is called hawker points. And that's basically it for the VR side. Okay, so now for my website, I'm logged in already to a@a.com. Okay, let me just show you the logout first. Let me sign out and log in again. This log in. Okay, I log in, see, okay. And now you can see just now, right? The XP bar was 140, now it's 200. That means it updates basically. And this part grabs the username from Firebase and displays it here. Okay, so for the first part, the first web page will be leaderboard. So the leaderboard ranks stuff by EXP over here. And the top 3 people like with the most EXP is highlighted over here. Okay, so I go back over to shop. You can see I have 1,000 hawker points, which is reflected from here. So let's say I want to buy like, I don't know, like 1 rack. I spend my hawker points. I spend this, I lose hawker points also. And I go back, then user info is this displays your email, your account creation date using Unix timestamp and your last click date. Head top pants is taken from the user outfit. And email is also taken from the player info. So I'm going back. Next thing, the final thing we have is the share. So if I press share, like users are able to, like you can see, they are able to share their food locations. So let's say I want to like add location, I don't know, like Changi Airport Food Center, Changi Food Center or something. Yeah. And the food is like fish and chips. And description is nice and crispy. Post, you see your post here, and then in my post storage will update and have all this here. Okay, and that should be sorry, I forgot. I can sign up. Let me just show you the sign up function. So I sign up, let's get a username like Pokemon, email Pokemon at gmail.com. 1 2 3 4 5 6 2 3 4 6. Sign up. I listen here and see Pokemon like EXP0. Okay, one more thing is right. Okay, let me sign up again and go back login. So let's say you forget your password. Like, oh no, I forgot my password. So let's say I can click here to reset. Oh, sorry, click here to reset. And then I show you my Gmail. And see, I get a new. Oh, sorry. Which one is it? This one 0 minutes ago. Here, I can reset my email here, my password here. Change it to like 1 2 3 4 5 6. Save. I can sign in now. So here 1 2 3 4 5 6. Log in. And I see I'm back in. Okay, and our image carousel here, like this before you log in, yeah. And it's my chart.js, chart JavaScript stuff that I made. For like this is using fake data lah, because we don't have like a lot of data to work with. And that's it for the website. Thank you.
Dylan, you're muted.
Okay, it's loading back. Resume presentation. All right, so that's it for our demonstration. Kudos to the two of them. All right, so now I want to go through the full experience would look like. So imagine you're a tourist and I will do a verbal demonstration of what you will go through. So imagine you get off the plane and then in like throughout your trip around Changi Airport, getting out, you are introduced to this app called Hawker Me. And you see it on posters, you see it on the little boards, the shiny little boards in advertised in places and it's constantly recommended to you. Okay, so maybe you're curious and you install it, or maybe you don't. But let's just say when you go into Singapore itself, out of the Changi Airport, or maybe if you want to go to Jewel, then you very quickly find like a mirror that you can scan. I would believe that the mirror will have the little Hawker Me logo at the bottom so that you understand, and then it kind of pick an interest in you. So maybe you install it and see what it has to offer. So you scan it, it's an AI experience, and then you get points. So okay, maybe a little bit invest. And the app says that it's a Singapore-wide estate hunt, so maybe you keep the app. So as you go on your trip, you see more and more of these Hawker meeting, and like there will be some in landmarks, of course. So maybe Gardens by the Bay, Jewel, MBS, and some at just hawker center, Boon Lay Hawker Center, Choa Chu Kang, Pioneer, and each one of them will have their own little AR thing, or maybe some of them can share, and but each of them will have will give points based on like maybe how obscure they are, and they can give different rewards, different customization as you saw before. Customization would be unlockable, and so well this would kind of strike excitement as my third point here. So you can see, okay, so you unlock unique clothing. So next would be reminder. So when you log into the app, you get you have to put in your date of departure. So when the date of departure is arriving, the app will remind you, oh, you can try out our actual physical booth where you can use all these things that you unlock, and it's a VR experience that you want to try. It's revolutionizing. So before you go home, we enter like the departure hall, or maybe hopefully they space in a terminal for this booth, which you will see later. You see a full-size booth, and then maybe you queue up and you try it out, and then you can equip your things, and then you can talk to people about talk to people in the VR world about where you went because you have your own unique looks. So based on what you did during your trip, you can look different, and it's like a way of expressing yourself on what you did in Singapore through this little Hawker Me game. So this is our user journey, just very fast going through. So first awareness. So you see ads in the airport, you actually see a scenery image that you can scan. Then you pick your interest, and then you actually go for the VR booth thing, and then you end the trip by going home and kind of taking this app home with you, having like a new eye-opening tourist experience. So I want to go through what the booth is. So the booth I kind of went for something more I don't know I don't know if it's been done before, but I think it's an interesting idea. So basically what it is like, imagine those Hollywood rooms where there's like just two walls and a floor. So how it works is that, I'll go into that later. So as you can see here, there are play areas. So those are where the players will go and make the food. So, and then tables will actually be there. So in the actual VR world, tables will be one-to-one with the world. And they'll be soft edges so that they won't hurt themselves, of course. And the table are actually modeled based on the table size and dimensions in Newton Hawker Center, which is what I modeled the world to. So next, what my selling point for this is this coordinate scanners. So instead of being inside like a little cage and running around, players, there will be up to 4 players, but they can physically walk around, sit down, and chope the table. And the world will be limited to like of course, the world will be smaller, but I think it'll be a more social event where they can actually see each other and talk to one another. And alright, so I'll go on to the next one. So possibility of movement and actions that they can do. So first of all, the tables are spaced based on Newton Hawker Center standard. That means the player can walk through the table quite normally. Then players can chope, of course. They can sit on the table. If our final version, we can actually buy the food and bring it back. They can cook the food. So here's where it's interesting is that, see in the bottom right picture, the players are actually in the middle of the booth, at the middle of the play area. That's because the shops in the VR actually line up in the middle of the area, so that when they go to the shop and play, they will be standing in the center already. All right, now, for the supporting research and VR device, we actually went over to Newton and of course take measurement and stuff. And that's it for this part. And now I would like to go through the prototype. Give me a moment. Where's the share screen button? Oh, where's the share button? Hold on, is this one? Stop presenting. And I will share. Okay. All right, can you see yet? Is it? Uh, ah, so this is what we begin with. So as you can see, it's quite rough around the edges, but it's really what we kind of model our game towards. Let's just say you want to walk towards the shop, and then you want to go to buy one of the shop, but you cannot do so because you need to chope the table first. This kind of teach the ways about, well, people in Singapore chope the table with random things like tissue. Maybe if the game is really finalized, they can customize what they can chope with: umbrellas, shoes, socks. And then after they chope, they can walk to the shop. They can, let's just say they want to play the prata game and interact the owner, and they can mold the dough. And they cook it. Okay. Then they'll be praised, well done, and then they'll get their points and the prata. So just go back, walk to the table, and put it down. Yeah, because of the lack of time, I'll just go through 2 of the things only. Then I can go to shops, can go to the prata shop, the popia shop, and then they can make the popia. One. Here's the thing. 1, 2, 3. All right. They can put it up. Oh, all done. You can go back with it, walk to the table. Okay, I put it down. Okay, so that is the this is our very rough idea of what Hawker Meal was like in our first few weeks. Oh, that's the wrong one. All right, so thank you very much. This has been Tumblers. Anything for you boys to add?
No.
Not really.
All right, thank you very much, Hello Holo, for spending your time here, and I hope to hear from you again.
And interns, all three of us intern, one group. Yeah. Yeah, okay, thank you.
Thank
Thank you.
you. I'll stop sharing my screen.